When I was a wee lad, the highlight of many a weekend in the British countryside was to go to a church fete or a school fete or similar. That's like a gathering of a bunch of schools where the school would run a few things to make a little bit of money on the side. And my very favourite thing as a kid was always Lucky Dip. So the idea is really straightforward. You go a box, inside the box is full of sawdust and all kinds of things. And it was about 10 or 20 pence a go, so it's dirt cheap to enter. But what makes Lucky Dip so good is you're guaranteed to win every time. All you got to do is stick your hand in, grab a prize, pull it out, unwrap it, and find what it is. So, usually it's going to be one of those crappy little picture books to colour in, but every now and then it might be a packet of Haribo, or if you're really lucky, could be a Kinder Egg. So let's see what we got in this case. Oh! It's a cup of tea. Nice. So, today we're going to look at Lucky Dips for your D&D game. It's a super straightforward, really good fun thing to do, and I guarantee you every time you implement it in one of your games, your players are going to love it. It's really straightforward. We have a vendor. The vendor is going to charge the players a set amount of money every time they enter the Lucky Dip, and the players are going to roll a dice, and we're not going to tell them on the table, but they're going to get whatever they roll. And of course, you can only win everything in there once. Now, what makes a Lucky Dip good is that most of the stuff on there is absolute trash. But half of the stuff on there is absolute trash, but if you're a smart player, you can abuse these items to do all kinds of things. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And finally, one or two on the items on there are going to be genuinely very good. So for half of the time, when you're entering into the Lucky Dip, you're kind of wasting your money. But every now and then you get something really good that can fundamentally change the way you're going to play the game for the rest of the time. And I've had loads of these throughout many games over multiple campaigns, and they're deeply loved. So let's get into first person view, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is our Lucky Dip. I'm not going to write it out like last time. I think last time we're just doing that to demonstrate how quickly you can create a random table. Even still, this only really took me about 10 minutes or so to draw. But anyway, so first of all, our vendor in this case is Urgle Gurgle. So Urgle Gurgle is a Murloc, as in World of Warcraft Murloc. And he can only, well, he understands common very well, but he can't speak a lick of it. He can only speak Murlocese. So when you're interacting with Urgle Gurgle, the only responses you're going to get is and similar. Right, in this case, it's going to be D12. Usually for something like this, I usually do it as a D20 because you get a bit more variety, but this is really just for demonstrative purposes. So D12, we're going to say it's going to cost 10 gold for them to enter every time. So every time they want to roll on it, it's going to cost them 10 gold. Perhaps we're going to limit the party, how many times they can roll, maybe once each, or maybe 2 or 3 times each. Okay. Just have a bit more on my tea there. Banging. Okay, so just like our previous thing, we've separated them out into different categories, except this time the categories are on basically how worthwhile the objects are in there. And the first one we're going to look at is stuff that is complete junk. So you're going to have to be a very creative player to come up with a use for this sort of stuff. But I guess that's how the Lucky Dip rolls. Okay, so on one, you can get, so you enter 10 gold, you roll a 1, you get a broken hairbrush, and it's still got a bunch of hair on it. If you're a weirdo and you like that sort of thing, then yeah, good for you, I suppose. Okay, number 2, a dead seagull. Still a bit fresh, probably not good to cook. Maybe useful for a necromancer? I don't know. Okay, number 3, a brick. Now you see, by itself, a brick is pretty rubbish, but you can make the ultimate zombie survival weapon with a brick. You attach it to a rope, throw it at a zombie, pull it back. Infinite ammunition. So a brick. Okay, right. Number 4, tangled fishing line, 30 meters. So great, they got 30 meters of fishing line, but they're going to sit there for about a week to untangle it in the first place. So there you go. That's the complete trash sort of stuff that we find in our lucky dip. Okay, so this stuff is going to be mostly crap. So this is stuff that if you made an effort, you could get something good out of it. Okay, so first one, a lion bone knitting needles. So you could knit with them, could stab somebody in the eye. It is made out of lion bones, so I guess it's worth something. But on the whole, unless you're going to be knitting somebody with it or you're a deadly assassin, largely useless. Okay, how about a bag of fingernails? Not fingernail clippings, fingernails. So this could have belonged to a torturer. He's physically pulled the fingernails off. Gruesome stuff, but an enterprising party member will clean those up and turn them into fake nails, and I don't know what you call those attachment bits, and sell them for a bunch of money. Okay, next one. A bottle of vodka, 3/4 drunk. So you could still get drunk off that, I suppose. Or you could use it to fill up something else, or you can make it to make a substandard Molotov cocktail. Okay, the next one, number 8, an iron pot lid. So in this case, it's just a pot lid, mostly useless, but with a bit of thinking, perhaps you could turn it into a makeshift shield and grant somebody like AC1 for like a combat or two before it falls apart. Okay, so that's the rubbish, mostly sorted. Let's have a look at some of the stuff that could be quite cool. Okay, first one, a dragon pipe. So number 9, a dragon pipe. This is one of my favourite things to set. It's a pipe that when you inhale, when you suck in on it, as the embers burn, there's little holes in it, so the eyes of the dragon glow red. I don't know why. I've said it multiple times as different things, but yeah, party members love that one. Okay, next one, a book of yodeling. So the party member, take them about 3 days to read that to learn to yodel, but after that, the party member can legitimately yodel. Probably drive you and the other party members mad, but, you know. Okay, very cool stuff. So these are the last 2, and these are things that legitimately that you could get this and it would be well worth the entry fee. Okay, number 1, a potion of owlbear strength. Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. A potion of owlbear strength laxatives. So, I'll let your imagination work out what you can do with that. Have to be ingested. Slip that into, I don't know, a banquet's punch and see what happens. Okay, and finally, this is one of my very favourite items I've ever set, is the box of horrible helping. So the box of horrible helping is super straightforward. It kind of looks like the lament configuration from Hellraiser. If you don't know what that is, it's like a fancy puzzle box, and if you can twist it and solve the puzzle of it, the box opens up and you unleash what's within. In this case, if you solve the puzzle box, so it requires an intellect check of just 10, maybe you want to make it a bit harder so only the nerds can use it. But if they pass that check, they open up the box and it releases the Eldritch Abomination within. And the Eldritch Abomination is bound to perform one of 3 tasks for you. Number 1, they will do 1 hour of physical labour. Number 2, they will do 1 hour of administrative work. Or number 3, 30 minutes of entertainment. And it's an Eldritch Abomination, so guaranteed it's got excellent singing voice and knows all the stand-up routines. It will not fight for you. However, if you're going to get in the way of it performing its duties, no doubt it's going to kill you. So I've had this one before, and the party found themselves in a pitched battle. Their armies clashing against the enemy. So one of our sneakier members of the party goes all the way back to the enemy lines where they got their siege engines, opens up the puzzle box and asks it to do some gardening. Obviously, all the troops next to this thing see a giant Eldritch Abomination doing something incomprehensible, so they start to attack it, and because it's been interrupted, it tears them apart. It's a funny item, but it allows people to use it imaginatively. And that is what I think D&D is all about. Abusing what you've got to create something really kind of crazy. Okay, so there you go, lucky dip. Guaranteed hours of entertainment, not just because it's fun to roll and see what you get. It's also very importantly, don't tell them what's on the list. It has to be a surprise every time. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you soon.